Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tackling a seemingly simple task that honestly can completely derail your financial life if you get it wrong. We're talking about updating your address with Truist Bank. If you've recently moved, or maybe you're planning a move soon, you'll definitely want to pay close attention. In the next few minutes, we're going to dive right into exactly how to update your Truist address. And we're doing this so you can avoid terrifying account freezes, declined transactions, and those easily missed, highly sensitive tax documents. So I want you to imagine this scenario. You're checking out online to buy something super important. You absolutely know you have plenty of funds in your checking account, but suddenly your card gets declined, and then it happens again, over and over. Well, this incredibly frustrating situation actually happens all the time just because of a mismatched billing address. It proves exactly why today's topic is absolutely essential for literally every single Truist customer. It's not just about making sure you get your mail, it's about keeping your actual money accessible. To make this process as easy as possible, here is our 6-part roadmap for today. 1. Why your address matters. 2. Updating digitally. 3. Offline and special accounts. 4. Troubleshooting common issues. 5. Pro tips and security. And 6. Recap and final thoughts. Let's get into it. Section 1. Why your address matters. Beyond just mail. Let's start with the stakes here, because over at Truist, your address is not merely a destination for letters, it is actually a primary security identifier. The really crucial point here is understanding this thing called the Address Verification System, or AVS for short. When you make an online purchase, global payment networks basically run a fast background check. They verify the numeric elements of your billing address and your zip code. If your address isn't perfectly synced up with the bank, well, the address verification system is going to instantly decline your online transactions, literally no matter how much cash is sitting in your account. And unfortunately, the risks don't stop at declined cards. Failing to maintain a verified address actually violates your electronic signature consent agreements with Truist. That exposes you to some pretty major regulatory risks, things like missing your year-end 1098 and 1099 tax forms, or those really critical escrow disclosures. But wait, it gets worse. If the bank flags returned mail, it can trigger severe system holds. You could be locked completely out of your own accounts, all while leaving your highly sensitive information super vulnerable to mail theft. Section 2. Updating digitally. Quick, secure, and synced. Now that we know what's on the line, let's explore the absolute most streamlined channel for updating your standard retail checking and savings accounts. We'll dive right into the simple 4-step digital process. First up, you just log in to Truist Online Banking via a web browser or just open up the Truist mobile app. Second, find the menu and navigate over to Profile and Settings. Third, select Edit Personal Information. That's where you can update your mailing address, your email, or your phone number. And finally, just hit Save and Confirm. Whether you use a web browser or the biometric security features on the mobile app, completing these 4 simple steps provides immediate synchronization across Truist digital databases. Now, what's really cool is the immediate ripple effect of that digital update. When you change your address in the Truist app, it instantly synchronizes with secure checkout partners, like Pays, for instance. This instantaneous digital sync ensures that your connected digital wallets and payment gateways won't skip a single beat the very next time you shop online. Moving on to Section 3, Offline and Special Accounts, when simple syncing isn't enough. As great as the app is, there's a pretty big catch, because Truist operates a really complex core system, which actually resulted from the historic merger of BB&T and SunTrust. Not all of your accounts share the exact same central database. This brings us to a concept known as database fragmentation. It's basically a system reality where distinct business lines, think mortgage servicing portfolios or specialized pension plans, they exist in entirely separate processing environments. So what does this mean for you? It means changing your checking account address online does absolutely zero to update where your mortgage statements or your check reorders are sent. This divide is huge. Your retail accounts, they update instantly right there on your phone. But for those segmented portfolios, like mortgages, you have to proactively take separate steps. You either have to navigate to a dedicated portal at truist.com/mycontactinfo or, and this is often easier, just pick up the phone and call mortgage servicing directly at 800-634-7928. Basically, if you have a mortgage, you've got to do your address change twice. And honestly, it gets even more specific for corporate accounts. For certain retirement and pension accounts, you might literally have to revert to analog methods. I'm talking about filling out an official Truist pension plan authorization form. There's a physical checkbox at the bottom that literally asks, change mail address? To update an account like this, you actually have to fill out the physical paper form and either fax it in or send it via overnight mail down to their Atlanta processing center. Because of all this fragmentation, it's incredibly easy to call the wrong department by mistake. If you prefer phone support or you just get stuck, I highly recommend keeping a directory like this handy. Routing your call to the right department, whether it's the 844 number for personal retail, the dedicated mortgage line, the small business help desk, or even deluxe for ordering your new checks, is absolutely critical for navigating these fragmented systems without pulling your hair out. Section 4. Troubleshooting common issues. Navigating the friction. Let's be real for a second. Even with direct phone lines and slick digital apps, customers can and do run into real-world friction. Take this frustrated Reddit user named Hovercover, for example. They couldn't find the menu option to see where their mail was going, and even after calling customer service, the digital interface just wasn't updating for them visually. Getting lost in the digital interface or experiencing a lag where things don't update right away is a highly common scenario for folks trying to manage their settings. But hey, there is a foolproof backup plan. In an App Store review from Susan 1700, we see that when the digital interfaces completely failed her, an in-person branch manager stepped in to save the day. See, when you visit a branch, associates use strict USA Patriot Act guidelines to verify your identity against primary and secondary IDs. Doing this bypasses all the digital glitches and securely resolves even the absolute most stubborn profile issues directly inside the bank's core system. Section 5. Pro tips and security. Locking down your profile. Okay, so once your address is successfully updated, your job isn't quite done yet. You really must ensure your newly modified profile is protected from bad actors. First up, opt into multi-factor authentication and SMS alerts. This gives your account a massive safety net because high-risk profile changes will trigger instant notifications to your phone. Second, memorize or just save Truist's official OTP shortcodes, like 28458 and 76084. That way you know for sure a text is legitimately coming from the bank. And finally, keep your phone number perfectly updated. If the bank can't text you a security code, you could end up locked out of your own account. Section 6. Recap and final thoughts. Keeping your finances moving. We've covered a ton of ground today, right? From the digital app all the way to physical pension forms. Let's do a quick review so you can confidently conquer your Truist address update today. Just remember this core framework. Standard retail accounts sync effortlessly on the Truist app or online banking portal, but those segmented portfolios, like mortgages, pensions, and check reorders, demand specific, dedicated actions, like calling specialized phone lines. And if you ever hit a wall, your local branch manager is your ultimate problem solver. Of course, please keep in mind that banking policies, phone numbers, and system interfaces naturally evolve over time. The information in this explainer is based on data available as of 2026, so always double-check Truist's official resources for the most current procedures before you start the process. I want to leave you with this final thought. Your address secures your money, sure, but what other outdated info might be leaving your digital footprint vulnerable right now? An old email address? Maybe a landline you don't even own anymore? As you go update your address today, take a quick moment to audit your entire digital profile, because in modern banking, accuracy is your ultimate defense. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy updating.